Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So we're going to talk about levels in boxing. Sometimes you hear a boxer say there are levels to this sport. And let's elaborate on that to the casual fan of boxing who may not understand. I hear some casual fans say, well, Keith Thurman has just beat Robert Guerrero. He should face Canelo Alvarez. Or I hear somebody say, oh man, this prospect is a great boxer. He needs to fight the greatest boxer on the planet. Or a pound for pound champ. Not understanding there are levels to the sport of boxing. When Demetrius Andrade was making a point that the Charlo brothers are not on his level, he was saying something. Now, I'm not saying he was right or wrong, but I understand where he was coming from. As a world champion, and I'm not saying he was correct at all, but he was saying something. So I'm going to explain to you, and for those of you fans who don't know who Demetrius Andrade is, just type in Demetrius Andrade or Andrade so that you can get it, because it's a kind of French name, and go look the guy up. He's a very skilled boxer and a world champion in the WBO junior middleweight division. Alright, so let's go into levels of boxing so that now we will have some clarity and we'll understand the sport a little better. Now, the lowest level in boxing is the amateur level. At the amateur level, you learn how to box and you test your skills against other opposition in fights and competitions, etc. And we have local competitions, then we have national competitions, and then we have regional competitions, and then we have international competitions. The highest level at the amateur level is the Olympics. Okay? The amateur level is the ground in which you're introduced to boxing. You learn the fundamentals of boxing. You perfect a particular style, or you start to learn to perfect a particular style of boxing, and you test your skills against level of competition in tournaments. You may test every week, you may test every month, you may test bi-weekly. Okay? That's at the amateur level. Now, at the amateur level in the United States of America, we have the pinnacles of that in the national levels is the Golden Gloves competitions. Those are more of the higher levels. You have the national championships, and then you have the Olympics. Now, the Olympics at a national level you have to qualify, and so that's one of the highest national levels. And then when you go to the Olympics, that's an international competition where amateurs test their skills against each other and they win medals. At the amateur level, think of it as your internship levels to some degree, where you don't earn money, but you learn your craft, you learn the fundamentals of your sport, and you test your skills against other competition. At the amateur level, what is also awesome is you're learning different skill sets, and you're also learning different styles of boxing. It's somewhat limited in how you learn different styles, because most competitions or most matches last at maximum 4 rounds. Okay, so at the amateur level, an amateur boxer doesn't box beyond 4 rounds of boxing. Also, because the amateur level is more about points, it's not about really truly damaging your opponent, there are certain precautionary things that are put in place, such as headgear. Also, in addition, the amateur level is designed where you punch with a certain part of the glove and you score points. It's mostly on a points-based system. Now, when you decide to turn pro, you are known as a pro debutante when you have your pro debut. At the pro level, you're now beginning your career in boxing, and you're actually earning money for it. So there's a business side of boxing you must be acquainted acquainted with and understand. And there is also a athletic side, or the application of your craft, that you must also pay attention to. There are people called matchmakers who arrange what matches you, what opponents you fight. And this is very important. The matchmaker is a very important person who will be able to help you along your career, as well as your manager and also the promoter or the promotional team or promotional arm, which will promote you throughout your career or for a portion of your career. As you may change management, you may change promoters, and you may change matchmakers. But here's the important thing. You are usually scouted out in the amateur level, just as in football and basketball, etc., where there are scouts that scout you out. They see your potential, they see your talent, and so you may be signed to a particular promotional company and a particular management, and from there that company and that management will arrange the matches you should fight.